is having a birthday today. My name's Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. It is not my birthday, but I'm going to act as though it were and just, have fun. Say hi to Bill Squire. He's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share birthday, which is with my girlfriend. Happy birthday,
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, and it's Mary's boyfriend's birthday.
Oh, all right. Well,
birthdays today.
Today's my ex-wife's birthday. All right, there you go. Mary's somewhere.
Yeah, she was
Poundcake's
here.
back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people.
She's somewhere in the building. It really does. Like there's, when we were at Oak Tree, we all used the foam microphone covers. That was my chosen windscreen. And these big foam things that go over the raw mic. Here, they've got all of the steel windscreens that are pre-attached to the microphones, which are fine. They're completely fine. But we would take at least I did. I took my foam windscreen on and off every day. So I was the only one breathing into it. Something's going on here. I don't know what's up, but maybe I'll just back up a little bit from my microphone. Anyway, who cares? You want to join us today, please do. 216-578-1007 is our phone number in here, as is 800-348-1007. You can always text me. That number is 35192. If you listen on the iHeartRadio app, you can leave messages there. A lot of talkback messages this weekend. We'll get to some of those. We'll get to some of the voicemails from the After Hours line. I'm going to play, not right now, I'm going to play it for you a little bit later on. There's a person who calls the After Hours line incessantly. It's that girl with the weird voice.
Mm-hmm.
I've played clips of her from time to time. But I have an email folder where all of my After Hours line voicemails are sent to this folder as attachments. So I don't have to dial up a phone and listen or anything. They go right to my email as attachments. And so when I look at this file and it says that I have 59 voicemails, I go, well, that's not 59 different people calling me. I know that I have to sift through them. That girl called, for a while I didn't know if it was a girl or a guy, quite frankly, because the voice is so strange and unique. But it is a girl. She called, I don't know when she sleeps. She calls all the time, incessantly. She'll call at midnight, she'll call at 3 in the morning. She'll call at 3 in the afternoon. She'll call at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know what her situation is. So I stitched together some of her more interesting voicemails because they're complete. I'll play it for you later on if you want to hear it. They're completely random. You can always hear this show on in the background or something. So it's not like she's talking to us. She's talking at us, or I don't know. But I'll play a little bit of that for you later on because it's fascinating to me. We've had people over the years who have done that, who have really just locked in and used that line. And for a while, we would hear from Political Joe for quite some time. He would call all the time. But he was always drunk. The After Hours line is just the old Alan Cox Show drunk dial line, just repurposed. And so the girl who calls now all the time, and if there's a name attached to the phone number, by the way, it will show me in these email attachments, and it's a guy's name. That added to my confusion for a while. But she's made it clear in some of her messages that she is a girl. And I'm fascinated by it. But again, when I open up that folder and there are dozens and dozens of voicemails, and I see that name dozens and dozens of times. It's not her name. It's the name of whoever has that phone account. Fascinating to me.
I'm very excited to hear these later. Very excited.
Al, did you go to Nine Inch Nails? I did not go to Nine Inch Nails, no, but I heard it was great.
I heard it was awesome.
Did a little Cleveland reunion, the hometown show for Nine Inch Nails. And a lot of those guys, they're not from here, but they got started here, obviously. And so he brought our buddy Rich Patrick up on stage. And no, so I did not go to see that. Wasn't out there. That's how I know I'm getting older, is I'm less likely to haul ass to Blossom.
It's far.
I need to
I
have.
did it for Tenacious D, but I
Yeah.
had a show for.
Did you get parking?
No.
See,
did not.
that's
But
the
it
only-
also wasn't that busy because they only had
It was just
the
pavilion.
pavilion open, so parking wasn't that bad.
All I will do, I'll go to Blossom if I get parking. I don't ask for a lot, but I'm happy to buy my tickets. But I will always hit up the promoter and say, I need a VIP parking pass because I want to get in and I want to get out. That's the only way I'll do it. Poundcake thought you were pooping.
I was not pooping. I got a phone call from my doctor's office at 1:59. So we had to go over some things and results, and
But they weren't poop related.
they were not poop related.
Oh, man.
What do you think about that, Poundcake?
Man, I wanted her to be pooping.
I'm sorry.
Why did you want her to be pooping? I mean, it's one thing to suggest
Women
that she
be
might be, and
pooping.
that's why she's not in here. Why were you hoping that was it?
Because that was my guess, and I like to be right.
It actually got nothing to do with me. It's just
Nothing at all.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with you, no context clues, nothing. He's like, I bet she's pooping. Let me watch her
Everything
poop.
okay?
no.
Everything's not okay.
No.
That's why it took so long.
No, everything is not okay.
All
I
right.
had
You
Dang,
don't
it's
have
not
to
even
share.
Tears
Okay.
Day.
Huh?
no, nothing. I had that
You got scraped.
yeah, I got scraped a couple weeks ago, and I had a big procedure last summer that didn't take. So
Didn't take.
there is a 2.1% chance that the procedure I had doesn't clear the issue.
Right.
So I was lucky enough. 97.9% of the time it works,
Uh-huh.
and it did not work for
If
me.
only you had this luck when you were playing slot machines.
Right, I'd be rich by now. So we're basically back at square one. So I had the same abnormal, high risk for cervical cancer cells come back.
See, now I wish it was pooping
I
too.
wish it was
I'm
pooping,
team
too.
Poundcake. I wish it was pooping.
I wish it was. I wish I would have had diarrhea in my pants if this wasn't the answer that I got in the new studio.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so now we have to go back. And,
I thought my foot microphone smelled bad. Imagine Mary in here just jamming the place up.
right.
Diarrhea.
So you got to go back in, they got to re-scrape, or what do they have to do?
No, so they have to do what's called a colposcopy, which is essentially like a biopsy of your cervix. And
Yeah.
if that still comes back abnormal, then we have to talk about more intense
Yeah, sure.
happenings.
Yep.
So like hysterectomy or
Yeah. You don't need any of that,
Really
though,
no
anyway.
ways.
You don't need the plumbing.
I don't need it. No,
Yeah.
I don't really want to have kids. I mean, I
Right.
don't want to have kids, so it's not something I have to worry about in that sense. But I mean, getting a full hysterectomy in your 30s can lead to other complications, with
You know what it won't
estrogen
lead to?
production and mustaches.
Children.
Yes, that's
Mustaches.
true.
Hey, listen, I mean, somebody Photoshop a picture of Mary with a mustache. Let me look at it.
We'll
I'm
see
sure there's
how
a
And-
picture of her dad we can use.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
We're the same anyway.
I thought you were your dad when you came in here. What did you text us? Somebody thought you were your dad? Or you texted
My
us something.
nail lady.
Your
I
nail
was getting
lady.
a pedicure, and my nail technician follows me on Instagram. And
Uh-huh.
I walked in, and she was like, "You look so much like your daddy that I thought you might have been a man at first." And
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I think she was essentially saying, "You could get away with being a trans person."
You know, at first, I might have been a man, but
Right.
now I've thought better of it, and I'm not going to go that route.
because I looked so much like my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me take a break here. If you'd like to text for something, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com is where you will watch the show if you're so inclined. And we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device.